Hello, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I'm going to be doing a review on the It Cosmetics CC cream. My skin is hating me again at the moment, so please excuse, I've got a couple of little spots going on here. Please just excuse them because I don't expect this to be able to cover it today. But it is currently, I think 11 a.m. I've got a busy day today. I've got to go food shopping and I've got to walk dogs and things. So I'm going to see how this holds up against a mask. First of all, a face mask, and then like a little bit of light exercise. Right, so let's have a little look. So CC Plus cream with SPF 50 is the #1 CC Plus cream in the US. It's your colour correcting cream that works beautifully as your full coverage foundation. It's hydrating, anti-aging and with SPF 50. Your multitasking beauty provides hydration whilst diffusing the look of skin imperfections for flawless looking coverage that won't crease or crack. It says of crack on the website, which is a bit worrying. Who's wrote this? Infused with hydrolyzed collagen, peptides, niacin, hyaluronic acid, antioxidants and vitamins. The skin-loving full coverage foundation reduces the appearance of wrinkles, helps to cover darkness, dark circles under eyes and minimise the appearance of pores, all while giving you a luminous, supple, flawless looking complexion. It's truly your one step for instant complexion perfection. I mean, that's some claim. Also a bit of a tongue twister. You are supposed to use it with the It Cosmetics complexion brush, but I just don't need another brush in my life, to be totally honest. So I have a wet sponge beauty blender. This is a Morphe sponge, and as always my favourite foundation brush is the Morphe MB39. So I'm going to prime half my face. My right side is normal, and then I've got my left side hasn't even got any moisturiser or anything on it, so we'll prime and then we'll start. As always, just because this primer works really well for me, it's the first one I really bought that's done anything. It's the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer. So I'm just gonna drop the lid apparently. I'm just gonna use half a pump across this side of my face. Okay, now obviously because this is just the travel size that I got, it doesn't have a pump, whereas I know the larger one does, so I'm just going to have a guess. This looks a little bit dark. Hoping it blends out a bit lighter. Okay, so prime side, we do sponge. Let's see how it blends out. Oh! Okay, it is dark considering it was like the second lightest shade. I can't describe what the smell is, but I actually like it. It's a little bit like, it smells like a clean smell, but with a little bit of like citrus through it. Okay, it's blending out nicely. It has obviously made me darker, so I'll just take it down my neck at the end. But that, apart from this spot, has given me like a decent coverage for how little I thought I'd used. Take another little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to touch up the areas where I feel like I haven't quite got enough coverage. It did say it covers dark circles, so we'll test that one out as well. I actually really like that. I wouldn't say it's like full coverage, like compared to what masks I would sometimes put on, but it is really nice. I do like that. Right, okay, let's see how it does with a brush. I'm going to take a little bit more than what I did the first time, just to see if I can get it to cover first time over. I like it better with a sponge straight away. I'm going to swap to the sponge because I'm just not getting what I want from the brush. Just making sure that blends. I do have to go outside today. From that immediately, I like the sponge application better than the brush. Pretty much as soon as I started with the brush, I knew I wasn't going to like that. It was just going like too streaky. I think with it being like a nourishing foundation, it's just better with a sponge than a brush. I mean, I've got to see how it sits with my oils, because it doesn't say anything about being oil free, and it also doesn't really say what skin it's for, what type of skin. Yeah, there's oil in this, and it's very near the top of the ingredients list, which means there's quite a lot of oil in it. So there's like 5 or 6 different types of oil in it. So finish it off by powdering it down as I normally would, and then I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I am back. I have done just like an everyday, I thought I had mascara on my eye today, an everyday kind of just like nipping out makeup. So I've powdered everything down. You can see where obviously the spots haven't covered, but I didn't expect them to. I have heavily powdered, and I'll spritz with a setting spray before I go out. I just want to see how it sits for the minute. It is now 10 to 12, so it's been on round about the 40-50 minute mark. Maybe it's about half an hour from when I finished putting it on. It did crease on my under eyes, but I did also put concealer there, so it might just be the concealer that creased, but I think under eyes are a place where everything's going to crease, especially on mine, because I've got fine lines and I have one very distinct line under each eye. It's always going to crease there, so it doesn't really bother us. It's sitting okay on my nose. I wanted to try it just as the foundation on its own without anything helping it, and it's actually sitting okay. I feel like it is going to come off, but that's what I expect from my nose. Everywhere else it's looking okay. It's not looking too dry either. Like, it looks really nice on my cheeks, but I think everything like is okay on my cheeks because it's just normal skin. There's nothing really wrong with it. It hasn't sunk into any fine lines on my forehead, which is nice. I'll see how it goes because I frown quite a lot, and so like my frown lines do crease. And my chin, I think my chin looks okay for now. It's just got a little bit of texture on it. I wouldn't say my pores look smaller or anything. From afar, it does look really nice, and I did eventually get it to blend just with like a little bit of bronzer down my neck. It's blended absolutely fine. So with it being nearly 12 o'clock, I will come back. It'll be a little while. So I've got to go shopping, got to walk the dog, so it'll probably be about 2-3 o'clock that I come back. So you're looking like 3-4 hours that it would have been on for. So I'll come back at that point and let you know how it's looking. Hi guys, I am back. You might notice a slight change with the lighting. It is now 8 PM, so I've had this foundation on for about 9 hours. I'll zoom you guys in and we can have a proper look together. Maybe you see any shadows, it's the camera in front of the lighting, sorry. I did think it was holding up well up until about an hour ago, maybe 2. And then in the last hour, I think I've just kind of found that my oils have completely taken over. But bear in mind, I haven't touched this up at all whatsoever today, so I haven't added any extra powder. I didn't end up putting a setting spray on it because my oils started coming through after the hour, and I was just like, okay, it doesn't need any extra added to that. Bearing in mind, I've had my glasses on my nose for most of the day, and I've also had to wear a face mask when I went into the shops. The worst place I would say is my nose, which is always the typical thing with me. So around my nostrils, it's only just been in the last hour where it's got really bad. I think like a couple of hours ago I could have just like maybe blended that and repowdered it and it would have been fine, but it really, yeah, I'm sure you can see like how shiny that is. Like the oils have come through. My nose, you can see it's came off and started to break down. However, trying to get it like actually in the light, you can see like, yes, my forehead is starting to oil through, but if I literally just with my bronzer brush did that, it makes all the difference. I mean, apart from it like creasing a little bit here, if I had have blended that out, done my, there you go. Like I could go back out with this forehead and it would be absolutely fine. I think like around my cheeks it probably has faded a bit, I feel. If I powder that down, I'm trying to like think of it as if I'd had the opportunity to touch up, would it have been okay? I think my cheeks have generally been fine. Like I can't feel like there's any tackiness there. I can't feel that there's been any transfer. I feel like it has come off a little bit as I've been like moving around and having a coat on and a mask on. It will transfer. It's definitely like quite a lot that's come off there, but again, with a face mask, most of my foundations come off. It's inevitable. And I did say at the start, around my nose and my chin are my worst areas. Bearing in mind, I have had lunch, had dinner, and I had like a little popcorn snack as well this afternoon. So that's like 3 lots of eating around my chin. And I've been out wearing a face mask and I've been out doing some exercise. So I didn't expect it to really stand up. I expected it to be worse. Like my nose is pretty bad considering I wear glasses, which does most of the damage. I don't think it's too bad. I think, like I say, if I could have touched it up, the oils wouldn't have been as bad and my nose wouldn't have been as bad. One area I am surprised at is my under eyes. You can see with this one, my mascara has transferred, which I don't get that with any other foundation. A lot of mine are matte, and bear in mind I baked quite heavily under my eye as well. With an actual baking powder rather than just like a loose setting powder. It was a baking powder. And it's done it a little bit on this eye as well. So it's on like both eyes, which is quite frustrating. It hasn't done it. I don't think, no, it hasn't done it on the actual lid. It's just underneath. Just seeing if it'll just kind of like blend away. Which one eye has. So this eye, it's just kind of like that's blended away. But on this eye, it hasn't. Just going to see if I kind of like set around my nostrils and these eyely areas, if it would look better. Or if it still looks awful. It's not as shiny. And I would be happy like after the 9-hour mark. Like blending this in, setting it down and going back out again, which I think is quite important. I think like 9 hours, it's not even like a full day at work. If you're getting up, putting makeup on, travelling to work, doing an 8-hour shift, coming back from work, that would normally take me a good 10 hours at least, and I would want my foundation to last longer than that. So I just think like, yes, I would normally touch up, but if you're in a busy office, sometimes you just don't get the chance to touch up. And so I would want my foundation to actually manage through that. I can say it has like this area. My smile lines haven't creased as much. So it does lead me to think like some of the problem with my foundation sometimes is that it's not hydrating enough and it's cracking and creasing because it's not moisturising enough. So if I get rid of that, like my frown line that was a little bit prominent before, is now completely gone. So I am definitely enjoying it. I think I might need to use a waterproof mascara with it just to see if that helps. And I would also love if I got it in, I might use this and then get it in a lighter colour so I can just build a bit more coverage with it. But I definitely like it for like an everyday foundation. It's the best thing that's kind of held up my skin so far, especially for 9 hours. But absolutely, I would recommend this, even if you've got oily skin. Like how easily my skin just set back down again. Not even with extra product, it was just with a brush that had some powder on it from earlier this morning, like literally 9 hours ago. So I would definitely recommend this. Even though it's got oils in it, it's still oily skin friendly. Loving it. Definitely going to keep trying it. Probably will purchase a full size product just in the lighter colour. So I've got it in light, but I don't think that's very light at all. Especially with being a full coverage foundation, I would want to see more shades in it. I can't remember what the lightest colour was, but this is the second lightest. I'm just like, that's not very good marketing for paler skin people. I know there's a lot of shades kind of now being catered to darker skins, and especially darker skins with different undertones. And I think there's only really like a few brands that really cater to lighter skin as well. So I would like to see more shades in it, but other than that, I think it is actually an excellent foundation. I'll definitely be using it in the future, and I hope I can get it to stand up to my oils with some extra touch-ups. But that is all from me today. I'm definitely going to take this off because my oils let me know exactly what's happening all day, every day, and I can absolutely 100% feel them on my skin. So I'm going to have a nice relaxing bubble bath, take this off. So if you want more foundation reviews, let me know what to buy in the description bar, in the comments below. Let me know what to buy, because there's not very many foundations coming out at the moment, I don't feel like, especially not in the UK, that we can actually like get in our hands. So let me know what I can try out, and I will definitely do that for you. Let me know your skin type in the down button, if you used this and how you like felt with it, how you did, how it held up on your skin. But apart from that, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.